The aroma of freshly roasted coffee beans drifted through the narrow streets of Neo-Portland, a rare organic scent in a world dominated by synthetic pleasures. Juniper Rose stood at her roaster, her hands dancing over the controls with the precision of an artist. The Grounded Bean was one of the last manually operated coffee shops on Earth, a rebellion against the automated dispensers that had taken over most of civilization. At 32, Juniper had already earned a reputation as one of the last true coffee artisans. Her small cafe, housed in a centuries-old brick building, was a testament to tradition in an age where most people got their caffeine fix from instant molecular assemblers. The morning light filtered through the large windows, catching dust motes and the steam rising from her test cups. Another experiment called out Professor Kai Nakamura, her most loyal customer, settling into his usual corner spot. The xenorchaeologist had been starting his days at the Grounded Bean for the past 5 years, drawn as much by Juniper's dedication to the craft as by the exceptional coffee she served. "Something's been bothering me about the traditional techniques," Juniper replied, carefully measuring beans into her manual grinder. "Grandmother's journals mention a specific pattern to the pour, but it's unlike anything I've seen in modern brewing methods." The mention of her grandmother made Juniper's heart twinge. The cafe had been in her family for 4 generations, each keeper adding to the collection of brewing secrets passed down through their private journals. Her grandmother had been especially cryptic in her later entries, obsessed with what she called the celestial pour. "Speaking of your grandmother," Kai said, his dark eyes twinkling with academic interest, "have you finished clearing out her attic? Any other fascinating coffee artifacts up there?" Juniper had been gradually working through the attic of her grandmother's old house, a task she'd been putting off since inheriting the property 6 months ago. "Actually, I found something strange yesterday. I was hoping you might take a look at it." After the morning rush, Juniper led Kai to her small office behind the cafe. On her desk sat what appeared to be an ancient coffee brewer, but its design was like nothing either of them had ever seen. The device was roughly the size of a traditional siphon brewer, but its components seemed to flow into each other in impossible ways. The metal, if it was metal, had an iridescent quality that shifted colors as they watched. "This is..." Kai trailed off, pulling out his scanner. "Juniper, where exactly did you find this?" It was wrapped in one of grandmother's old brewing cloths, tucked behind some boxes. There was a note with it, but it's in a script I can't read. She handed him a piece of aged paper covered in flowing symbols that seemed to move when viewed from different angles. Kai's scanner whirred, his eyes widening at the results. "These markings, they're not from any known Earth language or culture. And the material composition." He looked up at Juniper, his face pale. "This device isn't from Earth." Juniper laughed, but the sound died in her throat as she saw his expression. "That's impossible. It's been in my family's attic for who knows how long." "Exactly how long has your family been in the coffee business, Juniper?" Kai asked, his voice careful. "The cafe's been ours for 4 generations, but according to family history, we were coffee traders long before that. Grandmother used to tell stories about our ancestors learning sacred brewing techniques from travelers who came from beyond the stars, but those were just bedtime stories." Kai ran his scanner over the device again. "Maybe not. Look at this." He pointed to a series of glyphs etched into the base of the brewer. "These symbols, they match perfectly with the brewing pattern you were talking about this morning. The one from your grandmother's journal." Juniper's hands trembled as she traced the familiar pattern in the air above the device. "But that would mean..." "It would mean your family's secret techniques aren't just tradition. They're instructions." Kai carefully turned the device, revealing more glyphs. Instructions left by someone who came a very long way to share them. Before either could speak further, the device hummed to life, responding to Juniper's tracing of the pattern. A soft blue light emanated from its core, and the metal began to shift and flow like liquid mercury. The room filled with an aroma that was almost coffee, but somehow more. Notes of stardust and cosmic winds, the scent of distant worlds, and ancient knowledge. In that moment, as light and scent swirled around them, Juniper realized that everything she knew about her family's legacy was about to change. The carefully guarded techniques passed down through generations weren't just about making the perfect cup of coffee. They were about making contact. And now, in a small office behind one of the last traditional cafes on Earth, that contact was finally about to be made. "Professor," Juniper whispered, watching as the device continued to transform, "I think I'm going to need your help with this brew." The device pulsed once more, and in the swirling light, they could almost make out figures, tall, elegant beings holding vessels that looked remarkably like coffee cups. As the image faded, one thing became clear: the morning's first cup of coffee would have to wait. They had more pressing matters to attend to. The story of coffee on Earth, it seemed, was about to be rewritten. And Juniper Rose, the last true coffee artisan in Neo-Portland, found herself at the center of a mystery that spanned not just generations, but galaxies. The Awakening Brew. The next 48 hours in the grounded bean were unlike anything Juniper had experienced in her years of coffee crafting. The cafe's closed for private event sign hadn't moved since their discovery, while inside, the small space had transformed into an impromptu research station. Kai had brought in specialized equipment that made her traditional coffee gear look like children's toys, but strangely, none of his high-tech devices could make sense of the alien brewer. "It's fascinating," Kai muttered, reviewing another failed scan. "The device seems to shift its molecular structure whenever we try to analyze it. It's almost like—" He paused, adjusting his glasses, "like it's waiting for something specific." Juniper sat at her usual spot behind the counter, her grandmother's journal spread before her. The familiar pages, filled with careful notes about temperature curves and extraction times, now held new meaning. What she had once dismissed as her grandmother's poetic ramblings about stellar alignment in the pore and cosmic resonance in the bloom suddenly read like technical instructions. "Listen to this entry," Juniper said, tracing her finger along a page dated 50 years ago. "The truth lies not in the beans alone, but in the spaces between. When the waters cascade, they must follow the path of the ancient stars." I always thought she was being metaphorical. But look. She held up the journal next to the alien device. The pattern of dots marked in the margin perfectly matched the constellation-like arrangements on the brewer's surface. As night fell outside, casting the cafe in shadows broken only by the soft glow of their work lights and the occasional pulse from the alien device, Juniper found herself drawn to her roaster. Years of experience had taught her that sometimes the best way to think was to work with her hands. "What are you doing?" Kai asked, looking up from his instruments. "Something my grandmother used to say. When in doubt, return to the beginning." Juniper selected beans from her private reserve, varieties she'd spent years cultivating. "Every solution I've ever found came while roasting. Maybe this one will too." The familiar rhythm of the roasting process filled the cafe with its comforting symphony. The beans cracked and popped as they transformed, but this time, something was different. As the aroma of the roasting coffee filled the air, the alien device began to hum at a frequency that made their teeth ache. "The electromagnetic readings are off the scale," Kai exclaimed, rushing to his instruments. "The device is responding to something in the roasting process." Juniper watched in amazement as the symbols on the device began to glow in sequence with each wave of coffee aroma. "It's not just responding," she realized. "It's resonating, like the coffee is speaking to it." Following an instinct she couldn't explain, Juniper adjusted her roast profile to match the pulsing patterns of the device. The humming changed pitch, becoming almost melodic. The air in the cafe grew thick with static electricity, and the darkness outside the windows seemed to deepen. "Kai," Juniper called out, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "I need you to record these frequencies. I think this is how they communicated." The next hour was a blur of activity as they worked to document every aspect of the phenomenon. Kai's instruments captured data streams he claimed would take years to analyze, while Juniper filled pages with notes about the precise roasting parameters that triggered each response. As dawn approached, they had their first breakthrough. Juniper had just finished a particularly complex roasting sequence when the device suddenly projected a holographic display into the air above it. The images were unlike anything they'd seen before, beams of light and mist, gathered around what appeared to be ceremonial brewing stations. "It's a memory," Kai breathed, watching the silent scene play out. A recording of their civilization. The hologram shifted, showing what could only be described as a star map, with certain points pulsing in rhythm with the device's hum. At the center of the map was a familiar sight, Earth's solar system. "They didn't just leave us coffee," Juniper said, understanding dawning in her eyes. "They left us a message. A message that could only be decoded by someone who understood both the science and the art of coffee." But before they could delve deeper into this revelation, both jumped at the sound of sharp knocking at the cafe's front door. Through the pre-dawn gloom, they could make out several figures in dark suits, flanked by what appeared to be military personnel. "Professor Nakamura," a stern voice called through the door. "This is Agent Richardson from the Global Security Council. Our sensors detected unusual energy signatures from this location. We need you to open up immediately." Kai and Juniper shared a look of alarm. The alien device pulsed once more before falling silent, as if sensing the threat. "Quick," Juniper whispered, already moving towards the back of the cafe. "Help me with this." She pressed a hidden panel behind her oldest roaster, revealing a small storage space. It was where her grandmother had always kept her most precious coffee samples, and now Juniper understood why the hiding spot existed. As the knocking grew more insistent, they carefully placed the device and the journals inside. Whatever message their alien visitors had left behind, Juniper was certain of one thing. It wasn't meant for government agents or military scientists. It was meant for people who understood that some mysteries could only be unraveled one cup at a time. The sun was rising over Neo-Portland as Juniper closed the hidden panel and straightened her apron. She and Kai had just enough time to clear away the most suspicious equipment before she would have to open her doors and pretend this was just another morning at the Grounded Bean. But they both knew nothing would ever be the same again. Somewhere out there, an ancient civilization had left them a message in the language of coffee, and they were finally beginning to understand it. The universal brew. 3 days after the government's visit, Juniper's Cafe had become an unlikely hub of clandestine activity. By day, she served her regular customers, maintaining a careful facade of normalcy. By night, she and Kai worked tirelessly to decode the alien device's messages, using her grandmother's journals as their Rosetta Stone. The aromati, Kai translated one night, deciphering glyphs through coffee-induced resonance patterns. That's what they called themselves, a civilization that evolved to communicate through complex aromatic compounds. The device revealed more with each carefully calibrated brewing session. The aromati had seeded Earth with specially engineered coffee plants millennia ago, preparing humanity for eventual contact. Coffee wasn't just a beverage. It was a biological key to unlocking interstellar communication. But their discoveries didn't go unnoticed. Government surveillance increased, and mysterious customers began lingering too long over their espressos. Time was running out. The perfect extraction. The breakthrough came during a thunderstorm that blacked out half of Neo-Portland. In the darkness, with only the device's ethereal glow for light, Juniper attempted her grandmother's most complex brewing technique, the celestial pour. As lightning crackled outside, the device responded dramatically. A holographic star map filled the cafe, showing active aromati outposts across the galaxy. They weren't extinct. They were waiting for humanity to rediscover the true power of coffee. But their revelation was interrupted by the sound of breaking glass. Government agents poured into the cafe, led by Agent Richardson. "This operation is now under federal control," he announced, reaching for the device. "Legacy in the grounds." In that crucial moment, Juniper made a decision. She completed the celestial pour, despite the agent's shouts. The device hummed to life, filling the room with blinding light. When it faded, everyone stood frozen, witnessing humanity's true first contact. Holographic Aromati representatives appeared, their form shifting like steam from a fresh cup of coffee. They spoke not in words, but in aromas that everyone present could somehow understand. The message was clear. Coffee was never meant to be a simple beverage. It was an art form, a science, and a bridge between civilizations. The government agents lowered their weapons, humbled by the realization that they were witnessing something far beyond their jurisdiction. The Aromati revealed that Earth was one of many worlds where they had planted the seeds of their culture, waiting for species to evolve beyond mere consumption to true understanding. Your grandmother knew. Kai whispered to Juniper as the Aromati shared their knowledge. She was preparing you for this moment. In the days that followed, the grounded bean became Earth's first official interstellar coffee embassy. Juniper's role transformed from barista to cultural ambassador, teaching others the ancient art of cosmic brewing. The government, recognizing the diplomatic importance of her work, established a new division, the Department of Sino-Gastronomic Relations. The automated coffee dispensers across Earth were gradually replaced with traditional brewing equipment as people rediscovered the importance of human touch in the cosmic coffee ceremony. Each cup became a potential conversation with the stars, and baristas became the new frontier of human-alien relations. Years later, Juniper stood behind her counter, watching as humans and holographic Aromati representatives shared coffee and stories. Her grandmother's old roaster still held pride of place, now modified with both Earth and alien technology. On the wall hung her family's motto, written in both human language and Aromati glyphs. In every cup, a universe. In every brew, a bridge between worlds. The morning light filtered through the windows of the grounded bean, catching the steam rising from countless cups of coffee. Each spiral of vapor carried not just the aroma of perfectly roasted beans, but the promise of humanity's growing role in a much larger cosmic community. And it all began with one simple truth. Sometimes the most profound discoveries come not from the grandest experiments, but from a perfectly brewed cup of coffee. As Juniper prepared another celestial pour for her diverse clientele, she smiled, knowing that her grandmother would be proud. The family legacy hadn't just been preserved. It had become the foundation for humanity's next great adventure among the stars. The end.